Hi guys, this is Poncho Player 22 back with a brand new video today, and today we're going to be talking about why the Nissan Juke is one of the strangest SUVs ever made. It's just very strange, okay, bear with me. Anyway, this is a 2019 Nissan Juke, second to bottom spec, so it's got a few extras on it, but it's about the same spec as you would pick in the equivalent England country. So let's get into this review by talking about this car's styling around the outside and why it's so strange. The first thing I'm going to talk about on the rear of this car is these lights. I mean, I can literally fit my whole hand here and they go onto the rear quarter panel. I mean, the actual light ends about here. That's just how it is. They're kind of like Nike ticks. They go a bit like that. So yeah, they're just very strange. I mean, I could probably even like rest the camera on there. Yeah, right. Okay, I can literally rest the camera on there. I mean, these lights are just very strange. I mean, the whole car is very strange. We'll talk about the sides in a minute, but you can already see this nearly flat there, and it kind of just, yeah, it's just very weird. I mean, the Nissan Juke is due to be replaced, and you'll be looking at one of these if you're looking at something like a Renault Captur or a Suzuki Vitara or something like that. So do bear in mind this car is going to be replaced at the end of this year. So next thing about this car is the whole back end just looks like it's kind of frowning. Do you get what I mean? I don't know if you do, but it just looks like that. And then you have the rear reflector light is right in the middle of the bumper. It's not normally, and then you have another two round ones here. I mean, this car's full of lights, I'll show you on the front. And now these diffusers don't actually do anything, they don't lead anywhere. But it does, this is the rear exhaust. It's actually a nice exhaust. Don't know why I'm talking about the exhaust so much. But anyway, this is the back of the car. This car's windscreen is weird. I mean, look at this, it curves all the way round. If you can see that bit, actually physically curves. It's like that. It's just very strange. There's this Juke on the back. It's also, this car's got a reversing camera. There you go, you might just be able to see that. So yeah, I think that's all for the rear of the car, but we are definitely not done yet with the weird things about this car. So let's get onto the side of this car. First thing I noticed about this Nissan Juke is it's quite short for a small SUV. It's quite chunky and everything. I mean, you can always see that front light sticking out like mad. At least the petrol cap's normal, huh? We'll see if that's normal later. But it has these big wheel arches and it hasn't got four-wheel drive. It's made to look like it has, but it really hasn't. So it's some nice alloys though. Good tyres, I mean, it's Michelin's, but yeah. And now, first we should demonstrate later, but you'll see on this car. Actually, I'll do it now. Let's just unlock the car. Like that. The first thing you'll notice about this, let me just, right, okay, I just need to do something on my phone. First thing you notice about this is that the door handles are actually up here, and you open the door by doing this. Don't want to show you too much of the inside just now, but yeah, that is how you open the door. Oh, very weird. I mean, something like a Renault Clio has that as well, but it just adds to the weirdness of things that this car has. It's almost got like a spoiler, as you can see as well, and it's got old sort of antenna. They just have little stumps now, more modern cars. I mean, this car, this is a facelift from 2014. So, and the actual car, the platform originates from 2010 when it was released. So this car's getting on a bit, so it's definitely due a replacement. Again, it looks a lot like an SUV, but it isn't, with these skirts down here. I mean, look at these lines though. I mean, this wheel arch piece I was talking about at the back just extends all the way back like that. So this is a review, but the title's going to be different just because it's so strange. But I am going to be talking about the practicalities of it as well, not just how it's so weird. But I'm just pointing out the styling. It also has key sensors, so If it senses you have the key, it would do that. Not going to do that in case I set the alarm off on. It's not really my car, so. And then you'll see it has an obsession with Nike ticks, this car here. So even the wing mirrors are shaped in a tick. And they extend when you, they close in when you lock the car. There's a button to do that inside, which I will show you later. So that's the side done. Let's move on to the front. The front of this car is by far the most weird feature of the car. I mean, you'll get what I was talking about lights in a minute, because this car is just full of them. We have lights here. Let's talk about these. Again, look, it looks like a tick, and they're not there. But it's practically on the front wing. I mean, it is embedded into the bonnet a bit, but it is practically on the front wing, which is just so strange. I mean, I quite like, I mean, as a car, I like the Nissan Juke, actually, the looks of it, but because it's so weird. It's not a very good car in terms of the interior space and quality and stuff, as I'll show you when we go into the inside, but the looks, I think, actually looks quite sharp for a car that was facelifted in 2014. So yeah, the lights are like night ticks again. Then, the Nissan badge is actually normal. This is what you would have got on an equivalent Qashqai in 2014. Just this, I don't know what to call that, little bottom topped V kind of shape here. And then over here we also have the fog lights as well. Someone's coming through with a car, so sorry about this noise. You also have big round fog lights here to define the car. There's a car going past. Yeah, never seen a car before. Please don't park here, I'm trying to do a review. Yeah, they can park there in a minute. Right. So here you have big, what, these are the daytime running lights. They aren't, what, nah. Why are they? Because daytime running lights strike down here on this car. And you have these big, I mean, these are the actual lights here, but they're big old round ones. And here is the wiper. I think this bit of plastic here is to do the light settings, like full beam, low beam and stuff. So yeah, the weirdness just does extend on the front. Now, down here you have another, these are the fog lights, there's another set of lights down there. And then, you have the radiator under there, and this diffuser is again fake. It doesn't lead to any pipe or anything, it's just made to look like it does. So, with that said, I think it's time to move on to the interior. Here we are, guys, in the interior of the Nissan Juke. So the Nissan steering wheel is quite normal. It's a leather capper steering wheel in here. We got some sort of package, I'm not sure what it is. You got airbags around the side of the car. It's got airbags here. You don't have, what is this going to focus? There we go. Airbag here and here. Let's do my brightness on the phone again. Like this, so you can see it. So yeah, you have the screen over there. I'm going to turn this ignition on in a minute because I am boiling. Put the AC on. But the first thing I want to talk about that's strange in here is these dials here. Now, they look a bit like racing dials. You have your normal screen in the front here, and then these things are actually so thick. These kind of covers, I can put my phone down there to show you. That's how thick they are. So it's made to look as if it's a racing car, which it is the total opposite. It's got a punchy engine. This is a good time to talk about the engine of this car. Yeah, it's a 1.2 turbo petrol engine. This is one of the highlights of the car, actually. It's a very strong engine. Pulls very good from low revs. The only thing it doesn't like doing is going up hills, but it's quite powerful for just a little 1.2. So the next thing I want to talk about in this interior are these door handles. Now these are the same all around the car, and you pull them like so to open the door. Now it's not how you pull them that's weird, it's just, look at this. They're all very strange, aren't they, again? Kind of grab them like that. I mean, it's the same as something like a Skoda Rapide where you put your hand there, but they're not quite this shape, they're more a normal shape. These vents are quite normal, actually. Now here you have all your controls. I mean, this is not a top spec car, so you haven't got that many, but you've got a few different controls. Now, actually, in the driver's headrest here, you have a Bose sound system, which I think is very nice. The beats actually really good. I might try and do a little test on the phone later to show you guys. But yeah, you have all the buttons on the steering wheel. It's a 6-speed manual gearbox, slick gear shift. So everything mechanical about this car is the highlights of this car, basically. But then the materials are kind of... Listen to that. I mean, the door panels are actually wobbling. I mean, look at these door bins down here. They're actually wobbling, which is slightly concerning. But although you don't have these in the back, you do have these nice leatherette armrests, which are the same on the steering wheel. I mean, everything in the centre armrest is moving a little bit, but I generally think it's quite sturdy. And then you have all these dials. I mean, look how cheap these are. I mean, everything just feels like it was made from like a 1980s Nissan Micro or something in here. And it's not that much better with the system, as I'll show you in a minute. But you do have some nice vents everywhere. You have your 4 vents here, windscreen vents, another windscreen vent up there. And of course a sound system, 2, 4, 6... Okay, so you have a 7-speaker sound system, including the driver's headrest one here. But you don't have it on the passenger headrest, unfortunately. Right, so now I demonstrate with the door bins of just how small they are. So you've got... How many litres is this? A 1.5 litre bottle. You can kind of put it like that, but then your knees going against it. So no, that won't fit. And how much we got here? This is, I don't know how much, but it's smaller. Even that. I mean, could make it fit, but it doesn't have any water in at the moment, really. So, I mean, like, you can't put your bottle in. It doesn't fit in there. Oh, not in there. Oh, and here it's going to wobble. Oh, this just doesn't fit anywhere, does it? So, yeah. So yeah, there's nowhere really to put your bottle. You could put it in that larger rear one here, but it would just wobble around a bit. So the annoying thing is, voice crack, you have to have smaller bottles, which means less water. So, yeah, no humans were drained of water in them making this video. And then you have like a Porsche thing, except it's the warning lights button. It's not actually a dial. Again, I wonder if they took some styling cues from Porsche there. So down here you have the climate. For this car, it doesn't have climate control, but you control where the air's going and everything. Of course, you have the screen there. Same on that side. And let's see how that's go. I mean, there's this little thing here. Look, I can put my phone in there. That's where the phone goes. But yeah, overall, it's just everything's a little bit alright in here. I mean, the materials are below par. I mean, apart from this door handle, everything feels a bit cheap in here. Of course, you have your petrol cap, the bonnet under there. But yeah, let's switch on the ignition and I'll show you how the system works. So guys, I just switched on the ignition of the Nissan and you can see the screen just up here. The mirrors are folded out because I started the engine. And here we go. Here is the system. Now, you can control it by your fingers, but it doesn't really respond very well. Look at that. It's quite laggy, and yeah, it's very frustrating to use. What's much better is using your car's Google or whatever app you use for navigating, and the passenger holds it, or you get your little thing up there to put your phone on, because this system isn't very good. And of course, if you want to input destination, you put it in here. This is all in French. If you can read French, then fine, but if you don't worry. It's a French car. I mean, Nissan isn't, but this car is registered in France. You'll see on the video that comes out after this where I am at the moment. It's quite exciting. But then you have your reversing camera, which it won't show at the moment. I'm not going to mess around with the gear shift. But yeah, let's go back to the map. You have your aux cable, which can go in there. You have a charging port aux cable. And yeah, as I said, the storage areas aren't very good. I mean, you could put something like your car key in there. So this is Nissan. The car key's actually nice. I like this. You don't actually physical. Or in there, you put the car key, or something like that. Now, can we put some AC on? Oh yeah, AC. Start the engine. Yeah, I'm not gonna start the engine in this. Just because, yeah. So I think the glove box is a decent size as well, which is good. Electric windows all round, and I'm sweating in this car, so I think we are just about done with the interior of this car. Is this gonna go off or not? Okay. Yeah. yeah, let's go into the back. So guys, I am in the back of this 2019 Nissan Juke, and as you can see, legroom down here, and yes, I've got Crocs on because we're near the beach, okay, don't judge. Legroom is average. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Look, and this seat isn't fully forward. It's about an average adult's height, about my height, because I'm tall for my age. And my knees aren't quite touching the seat, and I've got enough room to put my legs under, but it could be bigger, I'll just say that. So legroom's alright. It is one of the more better points of this car, because there's so many not so good, such as the quality. I mean, you don't even get leather armrest. I mean, that is just horrible plastic. I mean, this door card is actually moving again. I mean, these are just tiny down here. These are a bottle. I can't show you now because the bottle's in the front, but you won't fit. You just fit a tiny bottle in there and that's it. Obviously, got your lights up here, which worked a minute ago. Okay, we'll just leave. I think I broke that. I think we'll just leave that alone. But yeah, the interior is part leather. I mean, this material is quite nice. But again, look at this. It's just quality. That seat is literally moving off. And that's just another view of the Bose sound system there. Again, you have these weird door handles here, very strange. And then you have these tiny little things here, which is only good enough for your phone or your keys in there. But yeah, it's yeah, just to prove, Nissan Juke 1.2 in there. But yeah, there's nothing too strange about the back of this car. Again, it's just the door handles. And let's talk about headroom. So obviously I can't show you because I haven't done a face reveal yet. But headroom, I've got about this much headroom. So I'm 5'8". Let's say you're 6 foot. Your head would be brushing up against the ceiling. So headroom isn't great because of the styling of this car, because of the sloping roof. But you have got your handy grab handles down there, up there as well. And obviously, seat belt is nice and easy. This car seats 3 people. Nice leather here, leather up here. But then the rest is this nice. I mean, the materials are nice. I do like the way you sit. And of course, you've got your Isofix anchor points away in there. A bit hard to get to, but they are there to fit a child seat. And yeah, I think there's not many strange things. I mean, the more strange stuff is on the outside. But there's a couple of strange things elsewhere in this car that I have yet to show you. Such as how you fold down the seats. So let's go and do that. Let's just go and open the boot of the Nissan Juke. Now, unlike normal cars, you would have the button right in the middle, where the button is actually all the way over here. It's not quite in the middle, so that's another slightly strange thing. But other than that, it's a pretty normal boot opening. Now, it's a typical hatchback boot. You have these handy things there, you put your child in there, yeah. Joking, you put like your cat, oh no, wrong one. Here we go, here's something to say. You put a bag of something in there, that will fit, there we go, that's nice and easy. You have a little bit of underfloor storage. Under here, there's another level you lift up, but I'm not going to mess around with that. It's got your tyre repair kit and stuff. Some ventilation, you can clip these off, but I'm not going to mess around with that again. But yeah, the thing you haven't got is a 12-volt socket. Now that's a bit of a problem. If you want to charge something like a cool box, then tough luck in this car, because you don't get a 12-volt socket in the boot. You do get anything such as this to tie the boot down there. You have a nice scuff plate. And as for the practicality of this boot, it's below average. I mean, it's got a nice shape, although you have got a bit of a load lip up here to lift stuff over. I haven't got anything to put in there with you, but we loaded this car with a couple of suitcases and a couple of big rucksacks, and it was almost full. So you haven't got masses of room, but it's okay. So the next thing, and one of the last things I think I want to talk about in this car, is how you fold down the seats. There's this weird little knob here that you pull up to fold down the seats. Now, let's see if I can do this one-handed, because, as you know, I'm very skilled. There we go. And you fold down the seats like so. But then, once you fold down the seats, you do have a rather high load lip here. And yeah, there's a safety kit in case you have a bit of an accident in your Nissan Juke. But yeah, look how high this is. This is up to my wrist. It's like a whole hand's length and a bit to get your things up. But then you do have some handy tie down hooks here, and there'll be one over here as well. You pop this out, you have another tie down hook there. We do both seats just for the sake of you get to know how much room you have with all the seats down. And I don't know the exact facts because I forgot to look them up because I'm a bit of a bot. But you do have a decent amount of room apart from that huge lip there to get stuff over. So let me put these seats down and then seats back up, and then I'll round off this review. Before I put the seats back up, I just want to tell you another weird thing about this. You can't reach out. There's nowhere to grab the seats unless you're really tall to put them back up. So what Nissan decided to do is to make you go all the way around here to actually lift the seats back up like so, and like so. So let's bounce back to the outside. So guys, to round off this review of the 2019 Nissan Juke, which is due to be replaced at the end of this year, I'm going to give an average 5 out of 10 rating because of these things. Although the styling is still quite modern for a car this old, and will appeal to a lot of people, basically the material qualities inside aren't that great. The room is either below par or average inside, headroom, legroom, boot space, everything. The system is quite laggy, but although it has good strong engines and a slick gear shift, this is why I am not giving it a below average rating. And it is fairly well equipped, so let's just lock the car, end this review, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.